In this part, we will discuss drop caps, initial words and decorations, and I will show you how to design beautiful chapter openers, the first paragraphs in your chapter, and how to create text boxes with backgrounds or frames so that specific sections stand out from the rest of the text. Let's get started. And the drop caps here. Probably you remember how we use it. Drop caps are these letters in the beginning of the paragraph that takes several lines of the paragraph. So we can choose the height in lines. So here we have 2, it can be 3, 4 or any. And also characters. You can choose how many characters to drop. So yes, but usually it's only 1. So let's keep it as auto. Distance to text, so it's the distance between the dropped letter and the paragraph. Okay, so usually it's only like 1 millimeter by default. And align left edges. As you can see now, when we enable the drop cap, and in general the left side of the paragraph doesn't perfectly align with the text frame. That's the power of typesetting softwares. They are not just aligned, but they do this so that visually they look aligned. Because if they were perfectly aligned, like O would be here, here T would touch the line here, in reality, visually it wouldn't look aligned because every letter has different shapes, and to balance these curves and lines, the horizontal and vertical lines, the software sometimes moves some letters away from the text frame edges, from the beginning, from the start of the text frame on the left side, so that it looks like aligned. Also, it's not. The same here. So we can force to align left edge like so. And you see, it looks like this S is off the line. Yes, because of these shapes. And that's why we need to align left edge. And this looks much better. Great. And scale for descenders. So for example, if we would have Q and we would enable drop caps, you see the descender here, this one, goes below the baseline. But if we turn on scale for descenders, this glyph, the glyph of the letter Q, is placed exactly on the line and will not allow the descender to go below the baseline. And style. So let's remove this. It can be any style that you choose. So the character style, this dropped cap will have some character style. It can be emphasized or strong that we have created, or footnote reference, anything. It's useful when you, for example, have this as a one font. Currently it's Crimson Pro, and yes, this drop cap should be some fancy font like, I don't know, handwritten or something like that. And then you should create a new character style for this. Let's create a new character style for it. So go to the text frames, create a new character style. Let's call it drop cap style. The font should be Allura and OK. Now we can apply this style. Drop cap style. Perfect. You see, it changed. So if you want to do this for every chapter, you want to create a new paragraph style here and then apply these settings. Or you can just save this paragraph style that we have created here. Okay. So let's create. So this is drop cap. As you see, this was saved by default in Affinity, or when you move your text from Word or any other text editor to the Affinity. some of the styles also copies together with the text. Here we already have a drop cap, so we can just update it. Click update, and let's check with another paragraph here. Okay, it works, but it's kinda strange looking here. You see T of the Allure font is quite big and quite wide. For this one, for this purpose, you use the distance to text. So let's increase it, and it looks better. Okay, for example, we can check another chapter. So here we do the same thing. A fits nicely here. You can check each paragraph one by one and fix these distances. But you cannot use distance to text manually at 4 like we did for T and save it so that it's applied to every paragraph, because you see with A it looks quite further. It works only with T, so that thing you should control manually and check every chapter. Now initial words. Another great way to start a chapter, a new chapter, and make it beautiful is to use the initial words. So let's look at another chapter like here. Let's remove the drop caps. Initial words, if we enable, let's see what happens. Okay, nothing happens because no style selected. But if we select a style, for example, let's make it strong, you see some first letters changed. Here we have max word count only 3. If we increase it to 4, we see that 4 words also changed. So every time our first paragraph will look like this. So first letters will be different. As you remember, in our previous parts, I showed you how to use initial words and we created a character style. And now we want to create a new paragraph style with the initial words. Let's rename this character style. Initial words characters, because otherwise Affinity will not allow us to create 2 styles with the same name. So let's create a new paragraph style, initial words, and go to the paragraph, initial words here, enable max word count. Let's make it 3 and characters. So it should be by default. Then let's choose initial words characters. Okay, you see the 3 words here are now different from the other part of the paragraph. Okay, great. And n character means it extends to the number of max words. So for example 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you see if we go to 5, arrives wasn't changed because we have n characters. So every time we meet one of these characters, the style initial words stops there. Okay, it's not applied further. We can update this and check our previous chapter. You see it's still different paragraph. Here it's a drop cap. We can use initial words and it changes. Perfect. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. Great. Let's also look at the decorations. So it's very useful tool here. For example, let's imagine that we want this paragraph to look like a quote, yes, so that it stands out from the main flow. So we can add space above and below it. So let's remove the first line indent. Let's add the indentation to the whole paragraph, so maybe 10 millimeters. And we can do more. In decorations, we can add a line on the left side of the paragraph, and you see indent. So this is the distance between the edges here and to the text. So left, let's increase it. It goes to the right side. If we increase it, it goes to the left side. and looks much better. Okay, so relative to text, text means relative to text here. So it goes to minus 4 millimeters to the left side. Or it can be relative to column. So here, if we put it 0, it will be exactly at the column or the text frame. Okay, let's move the text a little bit here. Not so much. Okay, like this. Looks beautiful. And also we can add the right frame here. And let's move this one as well. Okay. And we put the right edge relative to column as well. So something like this. We can also put this paragraph into a box so that we don't have to draw box manually on every paragraph like this. So let's increase the spaces between before and after the paragraph to 2 lines. You see here we have 2 empty lines before and after. Okay, and let's go add top edge and bottom edge. So these distances on the left side, on the right side, and on the top and on the bottom should be similar, should be equal. That's why we at the top we add 5 millimeters. Oops, sorry, it should be minus 5. Goes up, and bottom also minus 5. Okay, great. So we created some kind of a box for each paragraph. So it can be a paragraph or just part of the text to draw attention to it, and we can change the width of the stroke, so 0.5 points. It looks much better, I think. The stroke, you can also change the color. Okay, let it be just 100k. You can play with the form or the shape of the stroke. So here you see the dots, the distance, the size of the dot, and the size of the emptiness. Or we can make it like 1, and then you see it's just a dotted frame. Okay, great. And so this is one type of the box paragraph. Yes. Let's create a new style for it. Let's select this and create this a new style. Let's call it box. And in the decorations, you see our settings. If we selected it and clicked on create a new style, we will create a style exactly like our selection. So, okay. We can go to another paragraph here, for example, and choose box. Boom, it works just perfectly. And we don't have to manually draw boxes around the paragraphs. And there was also one thing here. If we apply a box, you see it is one continuous like this, one continuous box here. And if we go to and deselect combine identical, you see now this and this are now separate. One more issue here, when this box goes to another page, you see it doesn't work nice here. What I suggest is when you complete your formatting and you know everything stays the same and you see something like this, just divide your paragraph here at the end of the page. So you just divide and you see now you have beautiful top on the right side and beautiful end at the left side pages. But you see this last line doesn't reach the right edge. For that you want to justify everything. This is where is justified all is handy. And here, since we had a space there, we should delete it and it will look something like this. You and me know that this and this are separate paragraphs, but for reader it looks just like one paragraph one long paragraph inside the box, and it looks beautiful. Let's create another type of box. So for example, here we can apply the same style. Let's call it box. But this time let's remove the edges, but add the background like so. And we can change the background, the feel of the background. So let's go to grayness, yes, or we can go to swatches and here choose grays and choose like black 10%, works fine. So here, let's update this, click here, great, everything is updated. And one more thing to mention, here you see is that we have a huge gap between the same styles. So for that, let's go to this paragraph, click on space between same styles and put it like 1 point, so that we have only one line between the paragraphs inside the box, and let's update it. Perfect. It works super. So we have 2 lines above and below and only 1 line inside. Okay. Let's check once again here. Let's click box. And what happens if we also choose this paragraph box? Nice. And this. Perfect. And also you can use, as you see here, different styles. You can create different styles for decorations. So this is decoration 1. Decoration 2, you can use different settings and save it as a decoration 2 style, and so on. And in the next part, we will discuss the text styles panel and the layers panel.